Okay, so I want to shoot this video to show you how to run a $5 daily budget campaign, looking at a 2 week window to start and then like a 90-day window after that. A lot of people, I consider this like a beginner campaign because you're using small budgets, and the key to this is continually launching new ad sets and pausing the losers. That's really the best way to run on these micro budgets to make them work, okay? Because you're not really going to get, they're not going to really fully optimize properly. They'll still produce sales and they can still be profitable, and it's a good way to kind of learn the ropes and get used to things before you jump into more intermediate and advanced methods with higher daily budgets. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly, but the key is launching 5 at a time every day for 2 weeks. So I know Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the best days. Please ignore that for now. Consider 14 days times 5 per day. That means 70 ad sets launched. Okay, so you end up with approximately 20% as keepers, all right? That's 1 out of 5. That's very, very, very conservative, and I'm going conservative on purpose. So usually when I launch them, it'll be like 3 out of 5 that'll work. So these numbers are based on this, but your numbers can be higher. They can also be lower. You can launch 5 and none of them can work on a particular day. Don't get down on yourself. Just know that, you know, you have a system, you're following it, it's going to work. The numbers, the law of averages is going to apply to you. And if you're hitting 20%, you're on the low end, but you're still going to be able to make this profit, okay? So 20% times 70 equals 14 keeper ad sets at the end of this 14-day period. So if you go 14 times $5 per day, on day 14, you're going to be spending like $70 per day. If your ROI is 50%, then that's 105 in revenue and 35 in profit per day. That's $35 per day times 30 days, 1,050 per month. That's 1,050 times 12 months is 12,600 per year. Okay, so I'm doing that so that you have the right frame of mind when you're doing this. You have to understand when you're running low daily budget, you got to do a lot of work, and the returns are there, but they're not going to be as big as running the higher daily budget stuff. But you got to start somewhere. All right. So I suggest running a couple of these first before you get into the bigger daily budget campaigns. Okay. Now, in this example, your break-even number is your profit margin, say $27. You're going to pause any ad set that didn't make a sale at your break-even number. So it spends $27 without a sale. That's a pause. All right. Replace that with a new test. So in this case, we're not going to do that. I'm going to delete that because we're not going to replace it. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to launch 5 a day. Okay, so day 1, 5, day 2, 5, day 3, 5, day 4, day 5, day 6, all the way up to day 14, 5 a day. To launch it, you do a duplicate of the existing ad set, change the interest only for targeting, change the title, and change the ad title, and change the tracking ID. And then repeat that daily 5 times. Okay, pause any losers. So if an ad set spends $27 without a sale, you're going to pause it. Check this every morning based on lifetime stats. It's really easy to do. Now here's the thing. You're probably going to lose money initially. Sorry, but it's true. Okay, if you're at 20% success rate on your batch of 5, you're probably going to lose. If you're at, now I say probably to prepare you, there's also the chance that you're going to win, and you're going to have 3 out of your 5 that are profitable every time you test, or every other time you test, every couple days you hit that, and then your numbers go up. So I can't tell you if you're going to lose definitively. I just want you to be prepared just in case you do, okay? You're going to gain long term though. Okay, once you have your 14 profitable ad sets in your campaign, they will pay for future testing and put some money in your pocket. If you have 14 keeper ad sets plus 5 new test ad sets on say day 15, that means you're still profiting while you're testing. So that's what you want to get. That's kind of like the tipping point. When you have more profitable ad sets running than you're testing, that's when you've got a solid campaign going. The key out of all this is have a plan and stick to it. Okay, write out your plan. Know that not every ad set works. Each ad set hits a different bucket of people in that audience. You need to keep pumping out ad sets and pausing losers continually with this method. Okay, eventually you end up with a bunch of keepers which profit and pay for all future testing, but it's not easy to get there. So beyond that, beyond day 14, so day 15 plus, keep launching 5 a day. Keep pausing losers. Do it for 90 days. You'll have one hell of a campaign going. So if you do this for 90 days and you launch 90 times 5 ad sets. That means you've launched a total of 450 ad sets at a very conservative rate of 20%, which is like 1 out of 5. That's 90 profitable ad sets in one campaign now. 90 times 5 a day daily budget means you're going to spend about 450. If your ROI is 50%, hypothetically, which is totally achievable and a good number and reasonable and not ridiculous, that means you're going to have $675 in revenue daily. And of that, $225 is going to be profit. So I didn't do the rest of it, but I probably should have. Let me just pull up my calculator. 225 times 30. Now you're looking at 6,750 per month. Okay, that's a good campaign. Times 12, that's 81,000 a year. Okay, these are achievable numbers. These are not unrealistic at all. Getting there is going to be difficult, but once you get there, it's pretty sweet. It took 90 days to get here, and you probably will have lost some money to get to that point. Okay, because you've tested so many ad sets. You've tested 450 of them, and not all of them worked. I can't predict what your actual ROI is going to be. I can't predict what this number is going to be, the 20%. It could be higher, should be higher, could be lower. This is just an example to put you in the right frame of mind that the basic point I'm trying to make is keep launching ad sets, keep pausing losers. The longer you do that, the better your campaign is going to end up being. Okay, and if you go for 90 days and then you say, whew, I did it. I went 5 ad sets a day for 90 days like Will said, and holy cow, look at this campaign go. And then you say, you know what, I can do another 90 days. I'm going to double this. You can certainly do that. Okay, you can run it interest-based, look-like based. You can even recycle old ad sets that kind of got some reaction or got a couple add to carts but didn't work well. Nothing wrong with retrying those because you're going to hit a different bucket of people. So just because you use up an interest, it's never used up permanently. It's used up temporarily because temporarily the bucket of people that ad set hit didn't work on $5 or on $27 spent. Big deal. Say it's $1 million audience. You can fire up a lot more of those. You can recycle it. So that's what I wanted to show you. I hope it's not confusing. The whole point is you've got to keep launching ad sets when you're at $5 a day. That's the way that you're going to scale it. You're going to scale horizontally, meaning add more. So you're not going to scale vertically by changing the budget, horizontally. Okay? And now there's also the duplicate thing you can do if you have winning ad sets and there's a big audience, and you can certainly fire some duplicates in there too, like exact duplicates. And don't worry about overlap on big audiences. It doesn't exist with tiny budgets like this. Okay. I hope you have questions. Please post them, and I'll try and answer everyone that I can.